Well, I'm here with Mike Boland. Mike heads up our mobile advertising area of focus. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of his predictions for this coming year, and one of the ones that really struck me, Mike, was related to total mobile ad spend for the coming year. $10 billion, it's a big number. You want to talk a little bit about what makes that up and kind of the thought behind it?
Sure, a lot of thought goes into this, like all our forecasting. So that $10 billion figure, we're looking at a lot of market factors, and in mobile, there's obviously a lot of excitement, a lot of usage, and a lot of advertiser demand coming beyond that. Now, beyond that, what we're seeing is some really interesting developments in the marketplace that are creating premium ad inventory. So mobile ads that perform better because of certain reasons, such as they might be location targeted, so that location relevance leads to a certain amount of higher performance in the form of things like click-through rates and other KPIs. Now, as a result of that, they're showing a lot more demand from advertisers, so thus there are premium ad rates on that because they see a higher ROI. A few other examples beyond location targeting are things such as calls to action within the ad units that are leading to tangible actions for advertisers, such as making a phone call. Things such as companies like Marchex are really tracking that and doing a great job at really innovating some of those points of value in mobile advertising.
Well, it's fascinating because I've been watching your development and some of the things you're doing. I mean, you're really on the cutting edge in a lot of the analysis being done in mobile advertising. One of the things that always struck me was the difference between the usage of mobile and the percentage of advertising dollars. Can you talk a little bit about how that's changing?
Absolutely. So for a long time, that has been a challenge, and I like to look at it in supply and demand terms. So the supply is the number of ad inventory out there that's a function of all that usage, and then the demand is the ad dollars. So there's a disparity there, and whenever you have an oversupply, prices will go down, and we're certainly seeing that in mobile, where the average kind of ad inventory is undervalued when compared to kind of desktop equivalents. So that's actually been a great thing for advertisers because they have access to undervalued ad inventory. But for the publishers, for the media companies, for anyone
a lot of our clients.
A lot of our clients, exactly. Anyone building a product and hoping to monetize it with mobile ads, that whole supply and demand imbalance actually mitigates their revenue opportunity. So what I was talking about earlier with, because that gap exists, kind of making up for it in some ways with sources of premium ad inventory. So if you don't have the quantity, go for the quality. And that's where we're seeing develop.
So you think the average price is going to be moving up?
It is, and we're already seeing that happen. Like a cost per click is a good example, where with Google's enhanced campaigns, they're kind of moving more people into mobile advertising. So that's actually raising the demand side of the equation, and as a result, we're seeing CPCs actually go up. Right.
So a lot of this national to local stuff we'll be discussing at our conference coming up. So that'll be interesting. A lot of your research is moving in that direction. What other picks or predictions do you have for this year?
Sure. So one thing that we've seen, speaking of Google and mobile search, is since the inception of the smartphone and a lot of mobile usage that's exploding, there's been this sliding scale between search and discovery as kind of a user use case and an entry point to the content. So instead of searching for something, your device pushing you something. That's what I mean by discovery. So we're seeing kind of a movement towards that discovery as a use case and as products are developing. A good example of that is Google Now, which is a product that will push a lot of cool things to you, such as pulling from your email inbox and your calendar and your meeting schedule and the weather report to be able to tell you that you have a flight that's coming up tomorrow and the weather report calls for rain and there's construction on this route to work, so we suggest you leave 20 minutes early and go this route. So it's starting to become a more predictive engine. And the cool thing there is there are a lot of commercial implications for that. So what is the gas station that's along the way? There are a lot of ways to kind of bring in this kind of advertising and messaging that's in a very organic and native sense. And again, back to my earlier point, the potential for premium advertising rates because it is so targeted.
Well, Mike, you really are a thought leader in this whole space, and we appreciate all you're doing there.
Sure, thanks.
Thanks.